All right, let's go ahead and get started standing in the middle of your mat. You're gonna be facing the top of your mat. I'm gonna go ahead and face to the side just so that you guys can see me. Let your shoulders slowly begin to just settle down away from your ears. Go ahead and bring your palms to heart center. And from there, begin to take some deep breaths. Slowly releasing anything that you brought to the mat with you that no longer serves you while you're here on your mat. Couple more inhales. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Using this time to set your intention for the class. Go ahead and inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, sweeping that right arm behind you. Left arm comes out in front. Gaze back behind the right arm. Inhale, bringing that arm up. Inhale up. Exhale, left arm goes behind you. Right arm comes out in front. Gaze goes back towards the backhand. Let's go ahead and bring that left arm to meet the front and inhale those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale those arms up. And bring your hands down in prayer, form center. Go ahead and let those hands drop to your side. Mountain pose here, Tadasana. Let's get some shoulder rolls to the back. Change directions here, shoulder rolls to the front. Static Tadasana. Go ahead and drop your head, bringing your right ear to the right shoulder. And back up. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Back up. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder again. And this time bringing your right hand up. Slight tug there on the top of your head. Get a little bit more into that left side of the neck. Go ahead and release. Dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Bringing that left hand up if you need it. And release. Go ahead and drop your right ear to your right shoulder one more time. This time bringing your chin down to the chest. Some half neck rolls here. Rolling back and forth. And we'll meet in center. And then let's go ahead and do a nice little tricep stretch here. So bringing that right arm up, left hand meets the right elbow. For a stretch here. Release. And on the left hand side. Release. At the top of your mat, inhale those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up, Tadasana. Forward fold. Hang here and forward fold for just a second. Maybe you sway opposite sides. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows. Place your hands on the ground. Halfway lift, bringing the front of your palms to the front of your shins. Flat back. Exhale. Plant those hands and step back into a plank. From here, let's go ahead and drop your knees. Halfway pushed up. Up dog. And tuck those toes. We'll meet in downward dog. It's the first downward dog of the day. So maybe you slight bend in the right knee, bringing that left heel a little bit closer to the mat. Let's go ahead and shift. Slight bend in that left knee, bringing that right heel a little bit closer to the mat. Palms are nice and wide, fingers spread. And bring a slight bend to that right knee, lengthening out, stretching through that left leg. Let's go ahead and rotate, bringing that left knee to a bend. Right heel a little bit closer to the mat. And we'll meet here in static dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take the last one on your own. And at the end of the exhale, go ahead and walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold here, grab for opposite elbows. Just do some slight swaying back and forth, left and right. Then drop those hands to the ground. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Flutter out those lips. Slowly rise, one vertebrae at a time. On an inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, Tadasana. Forward fold through the center. Halfway lift, flat back, bringing the front of those palms to the front of the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop back into plank. Let's go ahead and drop those knees and lower down all the way to the ground. From here, we're gonna go into Sphinx pose. So bringing the forearms to the ground. Legs are tied together right behind you. Chin is up, gaze forward. Take your gaze over to the right. Return that gaze to the front. And then take your gaze over to the left. Return that gaze to the front. Go ahead and lower. Placing your hands, tucking those toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, at the end of the exhale, just walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Slowly rise, inhale all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Tadasana. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold through the center. You're going to take your feet a little bit wider than you had before. Leaving your right hand planted in the middle, slowly begin to bend that right knee and raise that left hand up. Gaze goes up towards the left hand. Left leg is straight, slight bend in the right knee. Floating that right hand back to the ground, that left hand back to meet the ground. Planting that left hand, slight bend in the left knee. Let's go ahead and float that right leg, that right arm up to towards the ceiling. Gaze goes up towards the right ceiling. Right leg is pretty straight here, being cautious of locking out that knee. Go ahead and float that right hand back to the ground. Slowly rise one vertebrae at a time. Inhale up, Tadasana. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale through the center. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, plant those hands. Go ahead and step back into plank. Chaturanga here. Up dog. And tuck those toes. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. At the end of your next exhale, go ahead and plant your knees. We'll meet in tabletop. From tabletop, inhale that chin up, dropping that belly. Exhale, chin to chest. Nice arch here in the back. Rounding that spine out. Inhale, chin up, gaze up. Exhale into cow. Rounded back. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, rounded back. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, rounded back. Take the last couple of breaths to start making whatever kind of additional movements your body may need. Maybe you sway your hips left to right. Maybe you start to make some slow circle rotations in either direction. Get a little more fluid in your cat-cows. Working out any additional kinks that your body may be feeling at this time. We'll meet in a static tabletop. From here, go ahead and extend that right arm out in front of you, thumb up. Extend that left leg out behind you. And on an exhale, bring your knee to touch your elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last one here, inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Go ahead and plant that right hand, plant that left knee. Inhale that left arm out in front of you, thumb up. Go ahead and take that right leg out behind you. On an exhale, bring that knee to touch the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Extend. And last one. Extend. I'm going to plant that left hand, plant that right knee. Let's take a seat back on the heels. Inhaling those arms up ahead of you. Palms meet, cross out the thumbs, and slowly begin to hinge forward, bringing just the edges of your pinkies, maybe your forehead, reaches the mat. Take your time to get down into this. And just breathe once you've figured out your touch points at the mat. On your next inhale, using your core, slowly begin to rise, arms staying above, meeting with the ears. Exhale those arms down. Planting your right hand just to the side on the mat. Go ahead and take a nice little stretch here, bringing that left arm up and over. We'll meet in center. Planting that left hand down on the ground. Floating that right arm up and over the ear. Go ahead and float that right hand back down to the ground. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale those arms up. And this time, using your right hand, just slight tug on the left wrist to stretch over towards the right hand side. Release, we'll meet in center. Now taking your right wrist in your left hand, slowly begin to stretch over to the left. Release. Exhale, cactus. Inhale those arms up. And bringing those hands down, moving those knees out wide, walk those hands out into child's pose. Slowly begin to walk those hands back, bringing those knees in. We'll meet in tabletop. From tabletop, keeping your left hand planted, inhale that right arm up, gaze is up, and thread the needle, just hovering that shoulder over the mat. Inhale that arm up, thread the needle, hovering that shoulder over the mat. Inhale that arm up, thread the needle, hovering that shoulder over. And now go ahead and slowly plant your arm and your right ear onto the mat. Left hand stays here for first expression. If you would like, slowly begin to walk that left hand out in front of you. Just breathe. You walk that left hand out. Begin to walk that left hand back towards you. Using that hand as a foundation, slowly begin to unweave that right hand. Right hand lifts up behind you. Exhale, plant that right hand down on the mat. Centering that right hand. Let's go ahead and float that left arm up. Gaze up. On the exhale, bring that left arm to thread between the right arm, hovering that left shoulder just over the mat. Inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, hovering that arm just over the mat. Inhale, left arm and gaze go up. Exhale, threading the needle on the left-hand side. Go ahead and drop that shoulder down. Bring your left ear to meet the mat. And slowly begin to walk that right hand up towards the top of the mat. Slowly begin to walk that right hand back towards you. Using that right hand, unthread the needle, left arm and gaze go up. Planting that right hand down on the mat. Knees are together here. I'm going to slowly begin to walk those hands out, bringing the chest down. I'm going to meet here in puppy dog. You can bring your forehead or you can bring your chin to the mat. And breathe. Slowly begin to walk and inch those hands back towards you. Meet in tabletop. Inhale that chin up. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding that back. Inhale, chin up. Exhale that chin back. We'll meet in tabletop here. Tuck those toes. Push back into downward dog. At the end of your exhale, go ahead and walk those feet up to meet the hands. Slowly begin to inhale, rise. Tadasana. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold center. Inhale, rise. Come into a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. And then step back into a plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And tuck those toes. We'll meet in downward dog. Slowly begin to walk your feet up to the outside edges of your mat, bringing your feet to the outside of your palms. Go ahead and drop down, Malasana. Bringing your palms into the center. Just close your eyes and breathe here. Maybe you're using your elbows to get your knees a little bit more wide. Feet are flat. Feel free to take any version or expression of Malasana that you would like. If you want, you can move into crow. Another variation, plant your right hand, floating that left arm up, gaze up. Go ahead and float that left hand down, palm center. Plant that left hand, floating that right hand up. Bringing that hand down. If you took crow, we'll all meet here, Malasana, palm center. Go ahead and take a seat. Crossing, feet at the front. Inhale those arms up. And slowly begin to hinge forward. Walking those hands out as much as needed. Slowly begin to walk those hands back towards you. Inhaling those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. And let's go ahead and you bring your left hand to the right knee, taking that right hand back behind you for a twist. Gaze goes over that right shoulder towards the back. Slowly begin to return, facing front. Let's go ahead and switch the rotation of the legs. So if you had your right leg in front, bring it to the back and opposite. Inhale those arms up. Slowly begin to hinge forward, bringing tips of your fingers to the mat. Slowly begin to inch those hands back towards you. Inhaling those arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. And as you return, bring that right hand to meet the left knee, taking that left hand behind you. Gaze is over the left shoulder in the back. Easy seated twist here. Slowly begin to turn, facing forward. Now let's go ahead and we'll meet in Savasana. Spreading those legs wide on either side of the opposite sides of the mat. Coming to a flat back. Arms sit relaxed to your sides. Just breathe. Releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Letting your shoulders relax away from your ears. Breathe. Feel free to stay in Savasana for as long as your time allows you to today. If you'd like to be guided out to get to move and continue the rest of your day, slowly begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, slight rotations in the wrist and the ankles. Shift over to one side, meet in fetal pose. Using your hands, slowly begin to push up into a seat, keeping your eyes closed here. We'll take 3 deep cleansing breaths together to seal our practice. Coming back to that intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of the day. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Namaste.